Hey everyone, I am Jessica from Willow's Wisdom, and this is going to be a collective message. Please like the videos, comment, share if you'd like, and don't forget to subscribe and join the tribe. Of course, the dogs are going nuts the second I hit record. It's too early for this shit, just saying. Anyways, they're down there playing. Before I hit record, I heard that there's it's like starting odor. Maybe there's something to do with an odor that you just can't get rid of. Starting over. I haven't had much coffee yet. But anyways, starting over, starting fresh, like trying to fix something over and over and over, because that's kind of what it feels like. Whether it's a relationship with another person, a project, it could be anything in your life. Because I'm not really getting details on exactly what it is, but it feels like whatever this is, it's for you. So it could involve another person or people as well. But it's like trying to fix something over and over, because it's making me think of the pool. I've had so much trouble with this damn pool this year just because of all the rain and algae and stuff. I never had that problem the entire 3 years I've had the damn thing. But it's like trying to fix it. And you know, sometimes when something gets out of control or problems take over within a relationship or situation, it's just like, you know, it's more work to fix whatever the hell it is versus just starting fresh. Usually, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing, you know, and if it's something that's important to you or someone who's important to you, yeah, you know, give it a solid effort. But this feels like a lot of you have given whatever this is a solid effort, and it's just the problems just keep on multiplying, and then it gets out of hand, and it's like, well, now I just can't clean this up. So there could be a problem that someone can't clean up because it got out of hand. So we're draining the pool, we're starting fresh, like really deep cleaning, you know what I mean? Dark night of the soul, really getting to the nitty gritty, the bottom of a problem. And I feel like a lot of you are like, yeah, this isn't worth fixing. We're going to start fresh. So it's a new idea, a new project, new relationship, just moving forward, because something just got real shitty. Is what it feels like. So brand new, which is wonderful. And then when I sat in front of the camera, I'm like, okay, because I was trying to tap into the energies before I even came up here and sat down. And I don't know, I sat here and I was like really concerned with the way I look all of a sudden. And normally I'm not, you know, I've been on here when I just climb out of bed and, you know, when I have makeup on and whatever. So it doesn't feel like my energy. There's someone who's concerned with their appearance, and like I said, I don't feel like they were concerned with it before. So I don't know if it's because they're trying to get someone's attention. Like maybe someone's like, you know, I want to look better so that this person notices me, or you just want to present yourself better, what for whatever reason. Because you know, sometimes when, like for example, in the dating scene, there's someone you know or whatever, you interact with them. We'll say friends group, like when it's friends turning to more, because that's more along the lines of what this feels like, where you just don't care what you look like around that person because they're just your friend. It's like, you know, whatever, you're gonna see me on my worst days, my best days, and all the in-betweens. So you just kind of like, you don't make the effort, you know? I feel like there's someone in this energy with this starting over, starting fresh energy that they want to try. So if any of you have like friends where there's potential for love or something, whether you're aware of it or not, you might notice that there's either a specific person or even a few people. It just depends on your situation. It feels like one though, like someone specific is they're gonna care more about their appearance, so they'll be cleaned up when they see you. They'll do their hair, like male female doesn't matter. They'll be clean shaven if they're a guy, you know, whatever it is. I feel like someone wants to put more effort in before they see you face to face, or they're gonna start doing that when they know you're around, because they're like taking notice of of their appearance because they want to be presentable and they want your attention. That's kind of what that feels like. So someone might start making some changes. It could be you. Even. I don't know. It's kind of cute. Almost like I didn't give a crap before, but now I want to try. And you know, like when you start liking someone, you start getting feelings and stuff, you really do care. So all the flaws that you feel you have, even if the other person doesn't notice them, doesn't care, you know, it's only your own insecurities, because we've all got them, you know. Male, female, doesn't matter. Whether it's a little extra weight, you know, your age, just whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a million and one things for each and every one of us. Because even the most perfect looking people, they think that they see flaws too. You know what I mean? It's like noticing certain flaws and going, well, I want to hide this. Like, I got to get this fixed. Or, you know what I mean? Like, someone might be thinking about that stuff. Like, I wish that this wasn't going on with me, kind of thing. You are who you are, and things will turn around for you in due time. Just, you know, do what you can to be happy and healthy. Don't focus on your flaws. Focus on the good attributes that you have, or that's what this person needs to do. But someone likes you. I feel like most of you might be aware of who this is, but it's not, I don't know how to explain it. You might be aware of who it is, but for some of you, it might not be who you expect. But I kind of feel like this person doesn't think you suspect that they like you, but you kind of know it. It's something like that. Prosperity lies ahead. Woohoo! There's Taurus energy in here. Expect powerful change. Boom, yeah. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, something's picking up. The situation is picking up speed. I feel like because you are, you know, doing better for yourself and just focusing on yourself, even if you're only noticing minor improvements in your, like, with your surroundings, within yourself, you know, you're making little changes, those small changes add up, you know. That's really what this feels like. So all those little baby steps that a lot of you have been taking towards whatever your goals are, just achieving whatever you want for yourself, it's paying off. It's noticeable. It's almost like, you know, the little changes aren't noticeable to other people or even ourselves right away until it becomes accumulative, you know. It's making me think of like when you refill the pool, and it's like if you're staring at it, it's like, wow, this is gonna take forever, because you don't, it's like, it's so big, it's a massive amount of water that you don't really see the levels increasing if you're just staring at it. But you look at it and then you walk away and then you come back and then it's a little higher. That's kind of what this is feeling like when you're hyper focused on a certain something, whether it's your weight loss goals, your career goals, whatever it is. It's like those little steps that you're taking to better yourself, to better the situation. It doesn't seem noticeable until you take a step back, look away, and then look back, and then you go, oh, wow. Oh, wow. There is some major change here. Somebody might be seeing you that way, like they saw you one way. Stop talking, stop looking, stop watching, whatever, you know, online, because people watch everyone online and on, you know, in many different forms and ways and whatever. But it's like when you remember someone one way, even if it's only been a month or two, you know, it could have been longer. It just depends on your situation and who this is. They just, you're not talking to them, and then all of a sudden, they're like, holy shit, like, you really have changed. You went from this to that, like, energetically, successfully, you know, like, success-wise when it comes to your financial stability and stuff like that, or whatever you're doing. I just feel like 0 to 1,000. This is beautiful, and it's been a slow process, but the people that haven't been paying attention, I guess, in your life to whatever this is, they're gonna think it's just like boom boom, like how did you get from here to here? It was a slow process. You just weren't paying attention. Like, do you know what I mean? That's kind of what that feels like, because it's making me, like, the best way to explain it is making me think of like children. you know, say you have a friend and you see their child when they're a baby. It's like, oh, I was there when you were born. And then a span of time goes by because maybe they move away, whatever it is. You just don't see that person or the child for a while. And then all of a sudden you run into them and their kid's like 15 and it's like, you were just born. Like, how the hell did you get from here to here? It's because you were busy with your own life and you weren't focused on that child's growth. So this person or these people weren't focused on your growth, like as you were maneuvering through whatever this is, and they're just seeing where you started and now where you are, or where you're gonna be. I feel like it's where you are, because where you are is right where you need to be, for one, but there's something beautiful like right around the corner. And it's not even right around the corner. It's, you've earned this. Whatever it is, you've earned it. That's really what it feels like. This, like, your hard work's paying off. Hard work paying off. And I feel like for a lot of you, the hard work that's paying off for you is working through past bullshit and crap, like dark night of the soul, recovering from past pains and traumas, because that's where we find, you know, true happiness. And, you know, that's when we learn to really love ourselves, is when we respect ourselves enough to heal from the bullshit of the past and to learn those lessons so that we don't carry that crap with us, because it really does lighten the load, you know. So a lot of you have been working towards that, and if it's not past trauma, it could just be, you know, a bullshit cycle that some of you have been stuck in, you know, for the meantime or whatever. And it's clearing, like you're working through some difficult cycle in your life, and it's noticeable. That's really what I want to say. That's what I want to say with that. Like, I can't talk. I'm tripping over my words. I just want to say, I'm not quite sure if we're at 200 yet, but we're damn close, or we are there, because I haven't checked for subscribers. So let's see how many tribe members we have. Holy fuck. We're at 210 subscribers on Willow's Wisdom so far, if this is accurate, because the studio is a little, it lags behind YouTube usually. It's a little higher. It takes a minute for the studio to catch up, but regardless, that is amazing. I'm so thankful for you guys' love and support. Welcome to the tribe. Let's continue to be on the rise, peoples. And some of you have joined over on Willow Vines as well, which is awesome, because that's slowly increasing too. You guys make me so happy. You really do. My oldies and my newbies. Alright, so what's going on here? I just heard in my head, what about me? Does somebody feel left behind or something? That can be one of the hardest parts of making changes in life, is when you know that you need to leave someone significant behind, because they can't go where you go, because they'll just fuck shit up for you, or, you know, they'll be the algae in the pool that you can't get rid of. So some of you might be getting rid of unhealthy people, places, and things, and you might be feeling a lot better, because this feels kind of bittersweet, whatever it is. So if there's certain people that you need to leave behind, it's like, I didn't really want to leave you behind because I love you, I care, but you're so problematic, I can't deal with this. Like, you're halting my forward movement, and what I'm working on is most important at this time. And it's not being selfish, it's putting yourself first when necessary, you know? Because I feel like that message is for someone who is very loving and caring, and you put others ahead of yourself 90% of the time, or you have in the past, and you're learning that it's not selfish to put yourself first. Because if you're not good, if you're not happy, then the people around you aren't going to be either. You know what I mean? Because we all feed off from people's energies. So once you get right with you, then you can move forward and help other people and what have you. It sounded like a phone was buzzing, but the phone's in my pocket, but it sounded like it was out there. It's weird, because I woke up last night and I heard a phone buzzing too, but it wasn't my phone, because it was in the corner. It was actually in my tarot room where I heard it. And I'm like, the phone isn't even in there. Could be picking up on somebody else's telephone call. Telepathy. Ooh, warning. I just heard, be careful who gets in your head. And that doesn't just pertain to if you do telepathic communication and stuff, or if you have those abilities. We all have those abilities if we, choose to pay attention to it, work with those gifts and stuff like that. And you got to get on the same frequency as another person. But regardless of the spiritual aspect of telepathy, be careful who gets in your head, who plants those seeds of doubt. Like, you can't do this, or this isn't worth it. Like, do this, not that. You're ugly, you're a problem, you're whatever shitty things people say to try to hold you back. That's the algae I'm talking about. Be careful of what thoughts creep in your head, because sometimes those negative thoughts that we have aren't even our own. We just don't realize it because it shows up in our thought voice. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, why am I thinking this way about myself? Because you're not. Somebody else might be thinking that way about themselves, and you're picking up on it. That's for some of you, not for all of you, because not all of you are open enough for that. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're less than someone who has those capabilities. You know what I mean? It just means that it's not the time or place for you to really work with that type of gift. It's a process when it comes to spiritual gifts and abilities. So if any of you are working with your intuition, and you're like trying to figure things out and whatever, when it comes to that, and it's like you feel gifted, like I know that I have the potential to be great with these gifts and whatever it is. When we're talking spiritual gifts, the potential is always there, but it takes time. Work with one at a time so that you don't go, holy shit, you know what I mean, and then you're overwhelmed as crap. Just protect your energy while you're working through processes like that, especially if it's spiritually speaking. Because if you dive in head first, it can really be a mind fuck from hell. Trust me, I know. And I didn't intentionally dive in head first. And that happens to other people too, where it's not intentional. And it can be confusing. But there are measures you can take to protect your energy and calm it down so that you can have a better understanding of whatever information is coming in, spiritually speaking. But I feel like don't let people get in your head with doubt. Don't let people plant the seed of doubt, like living people, your friends, family, whoever. Because a lot of times those who say the negative things, it's not, sometimes their comments and their shit advice is said with the best of intentions. It's because it's from their perspective, because they know that they couldn't succeed in whatever this is. They know that they couldn't do it, or it's just unrealistic to them because they're used to whatever routine they have, like this is the way it is type energy. And if you step outside of that, a lot of people will look at what's right for them and give us advice based off from what's right for them, and it's not right for us because that's their path, not ours. You know what I mean? So take advice with a grain of salt, and don't allow someone who's like, I don't think this is a good idea, like that's not gonna work out for you kind of thing. If you still feel drawn to do something, talk to that person, work on this project, go, start that career, whatever it is, get that new job, travel. It could be anything that someone's going, and you're like, I really, like, this feels like important to me. Do it because you know best. Even if there's fear there, fear is an illusion. So don't allow the opinions of others to cloud your judgment, because you know best for yourself, for your life. That's where the warning is. Like, don't listen to outsiders, whether they're friends, family, or otherwise, because remembrance, this makes me think of family. If any of you are taking a spiritual approach, like career-wise or with a hobby, I do feel like there is some money tied to something like that, but don't do it for the money. So if any of you want to become readers, or you're light workers, healers, no matter what that is, make sure you're doing it for all the right reasons. I'm not saying you can't get paid and stuff, because we deserve to be paid for our time and energy and stuff like that, especially when we're providing services. But don't let that be your main goal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm only doing this because I want money. I want to be rich. No. Be like, I'm doing it because I want to help myself. I want to help others. Like, whatever it is, especially if we're talking spiritually. Because the divine knows what your intentions are. And it's okay to want security and, you know, material things, as long as you're not like over the top materialistic. Because I kind of feel like there's some confusion for someone, probably not everyone, for someone where when you talk about, because I've said this stuff before, where it's like, yes, I love the stuff in my house, I love the things I have, I appreciate the things I have, I'm grateful for it, basically. Because I've had a lot less before, you know what I mean? And I've had more. Like, there's an ebb and flow to material things, especially money. And it's like, as long as I've got good people around, good health, I could lose all of it and it would be like, well, you know, this isn't the best. You know, I wish this didn't happen, kind of thing. But I'll be okay, and I know it, because I can't take any of this shit with me anyways when I go. So it's like, what's most important to you? It's prioritizing. And some people, like, when I say that, they're like, well, I want to have a comfortable life. Is that bad that I want stability? Like, am I being greedy because of that? No, you are not being greedy if you're striving for a certain income level, if you're busting your ass, if you're earning it, if this is what you want. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to want things like that. It's okay to wish and dream and, you know, take steps towards those goals and dreams. That doesn't make you a shitty person. Being over the top, greedy, ungrateful, you know, the types of people where it's like you want the latest thing, you got to keep up with the Joneses, which a lot of people are that way just because social media, it's like always in our face, and it's like, well, I want that, you know, and we're human, of course we want nice things. Everybody's idea of nice things is different, but it's like when all that shit's being put in your face, sometimes we can sit there and go, well, that would be nice if my life was like that. But don't compare your life to other people's, because someone might have that in-ground pool, they might have that big fucking house, but more money, more problems. And yeah, if you're secure, your bills are paid, there's less stress and stuff, so I understand that. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm talking about the people when they start getting really greedy and they have all those things. You know, you gotta pay taxes on all that shit, and a lot of times there ends up being financial issues with people who live lifestyles like that. But a lot of the times when people quote unquote showboat and they show off all these fancy cars and blah blah blah, whatever the fuck they have going on, they want attention because they're not happy, because all those nice cars and those fucking houses they have everywhere. I just heard the damn villa, so somebody might have a villa, I don't know, but regardless, all that stuff doesn't fulfill them. It makes you happy in the moment, like, yay, I'm excited, and then it dissipates. You know what I mean? It's like a firework going off. It's like, oh, that's beautiful, and then it's gone. It's the same idea. So just appreciate what you do have, and there's more to come. There'll be more to come. You don't have to have everything all at once. I don't think most of you want that, but there's got to be someone out there that they might be getting discouraged because they're not where they want to be in life right now. And you're right where you need to be. Ask yourself why you are where you are, like where you're at. And if it has nothing to do with your work ethic, you know, the job that you have, whatever, do you want to change career paths? Are you happy? Are you not? Like, look at the situation. Look at the people around you and everything. Like, it's all encompassing. What can go and what can stay? You know, what's important and what's not. Someone needs to, like, take inventory in their life, is what it feels like, in order for this rebirth. Some of you have already done that, which is why this new start and these changes are already occurring. There's a rebirth ahead, so there's a new start ahead. I keep staring. I saw the word danger ahead and stalking. Someone's stalking in the background. So someone's watching you in the background. It doesn't feel very good. Okay, so when you do get nice things, when the divine blesses you for all your hard work, keep it to yourself, because there is someone paying attention to you in the background, and that energy doesn't really feel the best. Protect yourself. So basically keep your blessings to yourself and protect your energy and stay vigilant. I'm not saying look over your shoulder and be panicked and scared. No, this doesn't feel like that, at least not at this time. No. This feels more like be aware of your surroundings and the people, the company you keep. Because sometimes the creepers are the ones we least expect, and they could be sitting right fucking beside us and we don't even know it. Like the Ted Bundys of the world, you know what I mean? That's just so creepy, like how certain people can live a double life like that, or you never know what's going on in someone's fucking head unless you have telepathy. And if you are gifted and you're tapping into someone, some of you might be tapping into some creepy thoughts, you know? I don't feel like it's happening right this second, but that's a tool at your disposal. Even if you don't say a fucking word, like you might pick up on some thoughts of someone around you. Just take note, like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep an eye on you, like, you know, but don't talk to them about it. Don't, just keep it to yourself, kind of thing. That's just advice if you get those feelings and whatever, and it's just like, okay, because like the people that escaped Ted Bundy's grasp, basically, because he pretended that he needed help, like he was a crippled fucking dude. And of course, he was playing off from people's empathy, women's empathy, basically, because that's who he lured in. That was his forte. But anyways, the people that got away, they had a bad feeling, but they couldn't understand why. Because they'd be like, he's so nice, and you know, he was so well dressed and put together, and on the outside he looked like a really nice man, the type of man you'd want to take home to mom, you know. And he wasn't, you know. And there was a couple, I think, there was a couple women who had that pit in their stomach, they couldn't figure it out, and one just didn't get in the vehicle, I think, and the other one escaped, barely escaped. And it's like, really listen to yourself around shitty people. That's the basis of this. Because it doesn't matter what someone's profession is, what they look like. This is where letting go of expectations is important, because a lot of times when we look at someone, we have a certain expectation of how they're going to act or who they are as a person. It's like, oh, this person's in a suit. They've got to be a businessman or woman. They're goal oriented. They're driven. They're this. They're that. They must be intelligent. You can literally take someone off the street who has no education, they can't read or write or anything, and you can do their hair and makeup if it's a female, whatever. You can dress them up to make them look that way. And they're not that way. So what you see is not always what you get, is kind of what this feels like. What you see is not always what you get. Even if it's a person in uniform, no matter what that uniform is, what you see is not what you get all the time. Has something to do with someone's looks. Because the very beginning of this, I was concerned with how I look. Someone, even if it's not like physical appearance, someone might be concerned with how they look to others because they don't want to be judged. That might be what's holding them back. Somebody they don't want to be judged. Just give me one card on this warning real quick. You're being guided. Your intuition is definitely warning you of whoever this person is. But I feel like your spiritual gifts and abilities, whether you have telepathy or not, just your intuition, is warding off evil. Because you can see beyond someone's facade, their persona, their mask, however they present themselves. Because you can have, like I said, you can have someone who's just the best of the best. Everyone fucking loves them, but they're evil as shit on the inside. Like, nobody knows what they do behind closed doors or in their spare time or what they're thinking. But you do. Even if you don't know word for word what they're thinking, you know that there's something wrong with a certain someone. You know what I mean? Mystical witch, spellbinding, enchanting, alluring. You know when people are trying to lure you in. You know, it's like, did so-and-so take the bait? Nope, don't think so. person might try to woo you. I don't know, it feels like casted shadows, like trying to glamour someone, which was in the reading I did last night for Willow Vines. Like the vampire energy, you can see through people's shit. They can't glamour you, basically. It's like, oh, this seems all enchanting and fucking wonderful and marvelous, but it isn't. It's like it seems that way, but it don't feel that way. I'm out of here. That's what this feels like. So this is basically your ancestors with the Day of the Dead here, letting you know that you have a solid internal warning system, and that, yeah, even if there is a shitty person or people around you, you'll be warned in time. You know what I mean? Like, just listen to yourself and not what someone fucking tells you. So if they're smiling and, oh, everything's fine, and they're lying to your face, and you're just like, something's fucking off here. Like, I don't know what it is. Just go. Because your intuition is letting you know. It's making me think of Chris Watts. I know that that's an extreme case, but everyone loved the guy. He was a good worker, good dad, all that crap. You know, like, his persona was, like, magnifique. There were warning signs with that guy, but they were so subtle because a lot of people don't really pay attention to shit like that, and you got to know their upbringing and all that crap. And most of the time, our friends don't know that stuff about us and whatever, and they lived in a different state than where he grew up, and they grew up in whatever. But regardless, you know, he had this perfect persona, but he was quiet. He was socially awkward. He, you know, he wouldn't really fight back. And a lot of times when people do that, they hold on to resentment. Not all of them, but that is a warning sign. Just because someone does that doesn't mean that they're a psycho or a narc or anything like that. You got to have like clusters of signs and whatever. But because he had admitted that he had been thinking and planning like about doing what he did to his family, mainly to his wife, all because he wanted a new life. But he had a lot of resentment towards her because he never communicated and hashed shit out. I don't know if anyone's dealing with someone like that, but the point is he had this persona and people liked him. He was a good friend. He was a likable dude, easy to talk to, but he had a lot of fucking shit wrong in his head, just saying. And that stupid fucker thinks he's getting out of jail. Like, yeah, right. Good luck. Good luck with that. Just saying, that would never happen. He sealed his fate when he made that piss poor decision. Just saying. Alright, anyways, moving on from his ass. Because, I don't know, he popped up like something, well, it was something about his mistress. Because, I'm sorry, she was involved. She was like the catalyst for all this crap. I'm just saying. And I've always thought that. And then I just watched this video that was posted recently where someone was like diving deeper into her interrogations. And I always knew this from the start. There's something weird with her. And I was like, there's going to be more. I think I said this, like, because all this shit happened. The murders happened in 2018. And I think it was about 6 months after it happened, because the reason why he's popping in my head, that whole situation, is because the anniversary of their death was actually, I believe they passed on the 6th. It might have been the night of the 5th, August 5th, into the 6th. Well, no. It's around this time because he was interrogated on the 16th. And that's when he was arrested, and I think it was only a few days. So they might have passed around the 13th, 14th. I can't remember the dates exactly. I think I would with as much shit that came up on it. But anyways, I feel like that's why it's resurfacing. Just because it's the anniversary of it. 5 years. But, excuse me, I always thought there was something off with that fucking mistress bitch. And I said that there was more to come with that. And then this video pops up. I know it's not law enforcement doing it, but mark my words, it's going to be something. Something's going to pop up in the news surrounding her. I don't know if it's going to be tied to the case or if it's just like, you know, when karma finally catches up to your ass, you get caught in a different situation or a similar situation. I don't know what's coming, but something's coming with her. And she's linked to it, but regardless, I don't know why I'm going off on that. Okay. I love you is easy to say, difficult to show, and only true if you have both. You gotta say it and show it, basically. You gotta back up your words with actions. And it's really freaking weird that this is coming out, because you know what's popping in my head the first thing, because I'm talking about the Chris Watts crap, is he had Googled when he was first with his mistress, what does love feel like? People like that don't feel like they don't have that understanding. Sometimes it's hard to explain what love feels like, but you have a generalized idea. You know, it's like that happy, like euphoric feeling. You just get the butterflies. Like, you can explain it like that. You can explain it in a million ways. But people that don't feel, they don't know. Like, is this real or is it not? Like, do I really love someone or do I not? Because I don't really feel anything. Like, you know what I mean? And for him to say that he loved his wife and then question, like, what does love feel like with somebody new, that shows that he never loved her in the first place. What?
It's almost 8:30.
Oh, shit. I gotta go. What time is it? Oh, I got my phone. Oh, we'll go in a minute. He's gonna be there by 9?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll close this. I'll wrap this up and then I'll be down. Oh, is he ready?
Yeah, he's getting ready.
Alright, you need to get ready. You're not even dressed.
No, I'm lactose intolerant. That whole milk is not settling well.
Okay.
Damn.
It's time to face your fears. Move forward fearlessly. So, some of you, the reason why it's coming up, some of you could be dealing with someone who pretends to care, but they really don't, because they don't understand what those feelings are. It's like a blankness here. Just keep facing forward. Just keep facing forward and everything's going to be all right. Let me see, I'll get 1 or 2 of these. I'm going to get carried away and lose track of time if I don't stop. Just saying, the world. If I don't stop, the end. If I don't stop, the end. That's funny. 11 could be significant. Some of you could be seeing signs and synchronicities or number sequences and stuff. Really pay attention to what you're thinking and feeling when you see certain number sequences, or who talks to you or messages you at those times, because it could be significant. That's really weird. I just shared a dream share that I had last night at 1 a.m. And I got the World card. Showed up in this deck. This isn't it. I don't know where it is. But anyways, the World twice. But he's on a dock. This dude is at the end of a dock. And then at the very end of the dream, I was in the murky water between 2 docks at the end. It's like reaching a dead end. This situation's a dead end. I don't know. And even if it's not a dead end, if you're questioning it, like, is it or is it not? I feel like you're just taking a risk and cutting ties, like cutting your losses. And that's probably the best decision that you'll ever make, because I kind of feel like whoever you're cutting ties with, it's probably another Chris Watts, just saying. Like, that's really what it feels like. It's creepy. Whatever this is creepy. And true. Could be a female even. Just because I say a man's name doesn't mean it's not a chick acting this way, because women can be that way too. Statistically speaking, it's more common for men, just because of their genetic makeup and all that stuff. But it can happen with women too. There are psycho people of all walks of life. Queen of Cups. Give me one more, because there's stress here. The 8 of... Oh, this isn't the 8 of Wands. This is the 8 of Swords. I almost said the 8 of Wands. Communication. But I was looking at the Queen of Swords, and that's about communication. And then we have success or attention. Some of you could be successfully getting through to another person, even if you're not meaning to. Because sometimes when we're preaching to one person, it can go to another, and it's like, well, you might be preaching to so-and-so, but it's meant for whoever's standing beside them, and they're taking note and not even realizing it. Or you're not realizing it, and it's like, well, I hit my target. I spoke to who I needed to speak to. even if it was under the guise of somebody else. Like, that's what it feels like. So you successfully got your point across, and someone is worried here. They might be worried about the things you're saying or communication. I don't know if it's what you've already said or if it has to do with I'm nervous to talk to you about something. I just heard the door's always open. The door's always open. Someone doesn't want to talk. It's like putting the stress of that behind you. Yeah, you're just going it on your own, doing your own thing successfully. This could be a family situation, like a stressful family situation, but I feel like, I don't know, she's not even paying attention to it. The Queen of Cups is not focused on the stress, on the bullshit. It's like I'm putting the family bullshit behind me. I'm putting this situation behind me, that situation behind me. I'm focused on my independence, my success. Look at this. We have the 6 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. Financially speaking, holy shit balls, great things are coming in for you. Like, that's what that feels like. And it could be happening on the internet, not necessarily, but it's happening because you're ending bullshit cycles, is what it feels like. Yes, yes, yes. There is something from the past that is being resolved. Some past bullshit. Because you're not hanging on to it. It might have something to do with a father, your father, grandfather, whoever. I feel like you're just letting it go because you feel it's right. Like, I'm just letting this shit... This sandwich is shit. It's a shit sandwich. I don't want rotten bologna. That's what they feed inmates, you know. I don't even eat bread. I want a fucking steak. You know what I mean? Changing course completely. That's what this feels like. But I gotta go because I gotta bring that little turd monkey to work. My daughter's boyfriend. Hey, at least he's got a job, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully it makes sense. And I will talk to you guys real soon. I've got a bunch of readings that I want to get done today. That's why I was so busy over the weekend, just trying to get shit situated so that I'm free and clear and you have my undivided attention. So maybe someone's going to do that. Like, I'm just organizing stuff, taking care of business so that you can have my undivided attention. I love you guys. Peace.